Yeah, we should be live now. So, today's character is going to be King Dedede, as you can see from this little preview here. Yeah, King Dedede, a very slow character. He is a heavy, but he is one of the slower heavies. He's not the slowest character in the game, though. But you can see he still moves around very slowly, like his dash ins is pretty slow as well, so it's pretty easy to do. He does have multiple jumps, and his jump height's actually pretty decent on the first jump, but the rest of the jumps are pretty mediocre in comparison. But your recovery does allow you to recover from almost anywhere on the stage. And it is highly recommended that you recover low as King Dedede, as you move very slow in the air due to your slow air mobility, and you're a massive target as well. You can see Dedede like puffs out his chest, so it just makes him a giant circle that can be falcon punched, kneed, down aired, hit away by a sword. Pretty much anything that can go wrong in your recovery can happen to Dedede. So yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get into moveset, and then I guess if you wanted to see the crawl, there's not a crawl, you just have this crouch, which is a pretty good taunt. It's probably Dedede's best taunt. Although you also have up taunt, or I guess I can do this from the middle of the stage, that way Dedede's a little bit bigger. Although the camera's not right for it, so let me just try to do this in a good way. Yeah, you have crouch, then you have up taunt, side taunt, and down taunt. And yeah, both of your side taunts are the same. So now we can go back to a regular camera. Okay, so yeah, let's get into moveset now. So you have dash tag. It is a very strong kill move, although it does have a lot of startup. Not control, I'm going to go 2%. But yeah, it's a very strong kill move. It has a lot of startup and end lag though. So if you miss it, if it gets blocked, anything like that, then you're open to be punished. And people can literally just forward smash you and get you out of the way if they wanted to do that. Like here, I'm gonna get falcon punched by this falconeer. Here, let's run. Oops, okay. Dedede's too good. There we go. But yeah, that was on startup. It just doesn't have enough, or it's not fast enough to be able to just throw out. You can see there's like a long space that Falcon has to just run into me. But the further away from somebody that you dash attack, the better. And then if they're just playing really defensively and they're rolling a lot, dash attack is a very quick way to end a stock, and it kills very early. Like 100 is a pretty good example, but see, it's still killing at 80s. So it's one of the strongest dash attacks in the game, but it is one of the slowest as well. For your jab, you have 3 hit. Or it's not really 3 hit, it's just kind of rapid jab. You can only do 2 hits of jab because it will always be a rapid jab. But you can kind of follow it up like that, but forward smash are a little risky there, as it just relied on Falcon to do a neutral get up. But down smash and possibly up smash. Let me try up smash. Yeah, it looks like down smash is going to be the only one that you can probably get a jab lock in. But Dedede doesn't really need jab locks that much. Like, you can still just jab somebody with the full rapid jab to get 30% off of a jab lock instead, or you can just hit somebody with the rapid jab anyway, get 14%. And jab also is a pretty solid kill move at the like lower 100% range, so like 120. Especially on triplat stages, as you can see, it launches upwards into the direction that Dedede is facing. But yeah, it can also lead into an edge guard from Dedede, which is something that he's actually really good at, but I messed up on the recovery there. You can cancel that recovery if you want to avoid moving down on your up special. I forgot to say that. But yeah, you just cancel it by like moving up or down with the control stick. Or mainly just up. But yeah, it just cancels the animation, and then Dedede goes into special fall. So if you don't just want to send somebody into the ground and you'd rather land without worrying about going directly downward and people being able to read you or whatever, then you can cancel it. And you can also cancel it during the animation as well, or the falling animation. As it is still a pretty slow move, even though he goes down rather quickly, it's still one of his slower attacks. A lot of its attacks are going to be very slow. That's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, for tilts, you've got forward tilt. Pretty good for creating tech traces, although the bad thing about tech chases with Dedede is that Dedede is so slow that he can't really, like, chase people. Like, he can maybe do something like this, where, you just, try to read somebody's roll or whatever, and then you punish with, like, a down tilt or something out of forward tilt. But yeah, forward tilt can also be used to kill at higher percents, and that's probably its main use. Up tilt's mainly used for juggling. As Dedede's got a decent juggle, the main problem with his juggling is that he's a little slow, so he might not be able to reach people. But he can still use that to create tech chases or whatever, like if people recover and then they try to like air dodge in or something, then Dedede can try to punish it with an up tilt and start another juggle, possibly. For his down tilt, it's just a little roll, so you can kind of use it to move if you want to have just like a hitbox around you while you move. As it does cover all sides of the Dedede, but you can't just run with somebody and then down tilt away from them. You have to down tilt towards them. It's not really safe on shield, so you can't really just spam it. But yeah, it's kind of just used to have mobility. It doesn't really improve your movement speed that much, but if you just want to move around with it, that's a possibility. It also puts you into the crouching animation instantly, so that's another thing, is that it can be used to extend the taunt. For, your, I guess, smash tags now, because we've already covered tilts. But yeah, tilts are mainly just used in absence of smash tags, because your smash tags are incredibly slow, or at least your forward smashes, so that's why forward tilts used more. But you could also just use jab to get more damage out. You can see you get 18% with jab, and with forward tilt you get 10.8, so it's just your preference. And let me turn on like invincibility and DI and stuff like that. So but yeah, as you can see, you're not invincible at all during any of these moves except for up tilt, and then down tilt doesn't give you any invincibility. Dash attack doesn't, and then jab doesn't either. So you're open to attack during all of those moves except up tilt, which it just is so that you don't trade with somebody with your head. Or like people can't really like down air you, kind of is another thing that can happen. But yeah, for smash tags, you've got forward smash, which is really slow, but it does a lot of shield damage. So let me turn on my other controller here to kind of demonstrate that. Let's have them on control, and then you can see it doesn't break shields instantly, but it gets pretty close. Jet Hammer, if Dedede starts sweating, might break shields. Although I let go a bit too early there. If not, it still does 50%. Yeah, I keep messing this up. It's because I have to, let go of B. There we go. So yeah, that can be used to break shields. But forward smash is a bit faster, and it also can kill very early. It's one of the most powerful smash attacks in the game. It can kill like around 60% at the ledge. That's not 60. I was using my, OBS replay. It's a bit in the past. But as you can see, it can be used to kill at 60. Same thing with down special, which I'm going to compare down special to forward smash, because they're very similar. It's just down special is a bit faster. You can see, but it will do less damage. And forward tilt is mainly just used if somebody's in front of you. Like, forward smash is really good if you read your opponent, but if you don't read your opponent, then most of the time forward tilt is recommended. But that was an example of reading your opponent. And then down smash, or down special, sorry, not down smash, is used for kind of like landing. It does give you super armor while it's active, so people can try to hit you out of the animation and it won't work. So you can just hit somebody with the move. But yeah, they're all used to kill just off the side, pretty much. That's why you gave them an example. Like, dash attack can be classified there as well, but a bit laggy, so it's just rarely used, pretty much. Like, it's used for reading rules as well. Or, not rules, but mainly, like, recovery. So, like, this Falcon Dive's gonna... this Captain Falcon's gonna Falcon Dive high. And then I did another forward tilt, but I could have dash attacked there. It's just I was in the skid animation, so then it forward tilted. But, yeah, for down smash, used for reading rolls, it's very fast, though. It's probably, like, your fastest smash attack. Like, up smash is pretty fast, but down smash is much faster. It hits on both sides. Can be used to kill off the side as well, but a little bit weaker. Like, it's got about the same strength as forward tilt, although it's a bit stronger as it is a smash attack. But it's basically just used to try and read your opponent. It has a massive hitbox because you cover, like, the space all around Dedede, and Dedede is a pretty massive character, so you just take up a pretty large percentage of the stage to be able to cover with that. For up smash, you can use it out of shield as a punish option, but I mean, outside of that, like, it's really not that useful. I'm trying to up smash out of shield, but I keep grabbing. There we go. But yeah, it's not that useful for, like, killing unless you're on a battlefield stage. I mean, I guess it can maybe start a juggle, but it's not that great at starting one, as you can see. It has a bit too much end lag and it launches a bit too far away, so Dedede can't really reach his opponent whenever they're in the air out of up smash. But yeah, for playing on battlefield, I guess it's good to kill off the top with. Outside of that, it can be used if people are landing on you, as it covers the area above your head, and then down smash can be used. People land in front of you or behind you, or they try to roll a lot. Like, if you notice they roll a lot, then you might just want to throw out a down smash to try and hit them. Or, yeah. What was that move that I did there? I guess forward tilt angle downward? No? I did some, or, yeah, it was jab, but you can also use jab. Jab's basically like the first hit of down smash. Like, that looked kind of weird, so I thought I did like a weird down tilt that I hadn't seen. But it was just the first hit of jab. But yeah, all of Dedede's smash attacks kill very quickly. It's just the up smash is going to take a while to kill as you kill off the top with it. Whereas with down smash and forward smash, they kill much faster because you hit off the side. For your aerials, you've got neutral air, which is your main landing aerial, I would say. Like, you could maybe use down air, as it does have a pretty large hitbox underneath you as you use your hammer to land, and it also spikes and can cause tripping, so if you cause your opponent to trip, then you can get a grab off of it, which I'll try to demonstrate if I land the trip hit. Though, it's not a very consistent thing. It just has a very random percent to trip. But yeah, I can't get it to work, but I got one earlier, so you can just like land and then grab to get a grab combo started, like a down throw into fair or up air, depending on how your opponent DIs. But yeah, off stage down air is used for getting kills because it does spike, and then it can also be used on stage to spike for combos as you like bounce people off the ground, and then you can like bounce off the ground up air for a combo. And up air kills pretty early, so I'll get into that. But yeah, down air can be used to spike, although it kind of depends on the scenario and like how far your opponent's knocked back, and also if you can hit them. Like that was me missing down air there. And it's got a pretty large sweet spot for the spike hit, so it's not like you're gonna miss it a lot. But yeah, there's the spike hit. So, and even if you do miss it most of the time, it will still kill your opponent due to its knockback and being off stage. For up air, you can't, I mean, you can kind of do landing up air, but the problem is that it cancels the animation as soon as you land, so you can't really get a follow-up on it. And it's a very awkward move to hit, so I wouldn't recommend going for landing up air unless somebody's on a platform above you, I guess, and then you can kind of hit them through the platform and then land, and then maybe do a short hop up air off of that. But up air is mainly used for juggling, as you can hit up air pretty easily at almost any percent. Also used if people are platform camping above you on a stage like Battlefield, but yeah, as you can see, it's multi-hit, and it can be used to kill off the top pretty easily. Though, that's going to be kind of harder to demonstrate. And as you can see, it launches a bit to whatever direction Dedede was facing. So I'm facing to the right, so it's going to launch in the opposite direction, sorry, not the same direction that Dedede was facing. And it can also be DI'd and stuff like that, so it's not that useful move. Whereas with back air, it's probably your best edgeguard move, other than like down air for confirmed kills, but back air is really good to land with and space with, as it's very fast, and it also hits directly in front of Dedede. Like, forward air is pretty fast as well, though it's got a bit of in lag, whereas with back air it has a bit less in lag, as you can see. Like, there's a pretty noticeable difference there. But yeah, it also hits kind of low in front of Dedede, so you can just use it with people behind you. And then Nair can also be used to edgeguard as well. Like, all of these moves can be used for spacing or edgeguarding, but Nair is mainly just used for edgeguarding and landing, as you have that massive hitbox in front of you. Or it's kind of, you're the hitbox, and Dedede's pretty tall and just like a massive character, so just covers a lot of area. It's basically the same thing as your jump, kind of, like your double jump. Covers about the same amount of area. And it also does have a weak hit, so if you land into somebody rather than hitting it on startup, then it's not going to be as strong. But you can also use Nair to confirm grabs, although you have to time it right. Like that was messed up there. And you also have to make sure that your opponent doesn't go a bit too far out with their DI. So you might want to do like weak hit of Nair into a grab rather than strong hit. Something like that. So land and then get a grab, although I missed grab there. Yeah, it's not a very consistent way to get a grab, but it can work. If you want to get some kind of a grab combo, like maybe an up throw, up air, or a down throw, forward air. But yeah, for special moves, you've got slide special being Gordo. If you angle your control stick after you hit the Gordo, like if you angle it upwards, the Gordo will travel less. If you angle it forward, whoops, that's upward angle. But yeah, if you just angle it forward, then it's just going to send the Gordo forward. If the Gordo is hit at all by pretty much any move in the game, then it will come back to Dedede and basically be reflected, so it will do damage to Dedede. Although Dedede can just neutral B to kind of absorb it. Although it doesn't always work, as your opponent can just try to hit you in the face with the move. But yeah, you can also absorb Gordos if they bounce off of opponents. But yeah, I mainly just use up to absorb a Gordo with neutral B, as it absorbs pretty much any projectile, and then spit it at opponents rather than trying to hit them. And then if you do it in the air, it will bounce higher. Oh, that's up special. Although it does have a lot of lag on it for like startup and stuff, but as you can see, it bounces a bit higher, and also a bit closer to Dedede. So you can just mix up how you launch Gordos. And then if you Gordo off stage, and you hit like the ledge area, it will stick onto the ledge, so you can make it where opponents will have to try to recover higher against the Gordo, because if they run into the Gordo at all, then it will trap them. Yeah, it's very similar to like a Crash Bomb ledge trap from Mega Man, where it just sticks to the wall. But yeah, Falco, sorry, not Falco, he doesn't really have any projectiles, so can't really absorb any of them. But if you absorb Falcon and then you just hit B again, or you hit R like I did there, then you will be able to spit them out for a decent amount of damage, and then maybe get some kind of an edge guard, although it kind of just depends on if your opponent wants to, like, jump in edge guard high, or I mean recover high, not edge guard high. But if they want to recover high, then you can punish that by trying to jump higher than them and trying to, like, neutral air or forward air them. But yeah, if they recover low, then you can just down air them as well. It kind of just depends on how your opponent wants to recover, but you can also use that to just hit people off stage. Or not hit them, but like bring them off stage. Like you can do something like this. And then they get underneath the stage and they aren't able to recover. So that works on people with bad recoveries, but that wouldn't work on a character like Kirby, for example. Unless they like to up B rather than use their jumps. But it can be used to kimp a lot of people. Although it can be mashed out of. Just like with a grab. It's basically just a command grab that does a decent amount of damage. And it also sends people pretty far away, so Dedede can't really follow it up unless he gets a read. Already kind of covered down special, it's mainly used for shield breaking or just trying to hit opponents. Like, you have to wait for a while for it to do some decent damage. Like, as you can see, it does 25% there, but if you just do the startup hit, it only does 15, so that's the same as a neutral B, and neutral B is a lot safer. So, yeah, but you can use Gordo to kind of set up for things as well. I did forget to mention that. So, like, that was Gordo into neutral B. You can also use, like, Gordo to set up for down special. And all of that kind of stuff. You can just use it to set up combos. For up special, canceled it there, but it's your main recovery move, but you can also hit people on the ground to ground them and then hit them with the second hit as well. If you miss the first hit, and then you just land like right next to someone like this, it does shoot out stars next to Dedede to try and stop anyone. But it's still got a massive amount of in lag, so you probably want to make sure that you land it. But yeah, if your opponent shields it, it doesn't really break shields or anything, so it's very risky for Dedede to go for it on stage or like out of shield or anything. It doesn't like drag people up along with Dedede. It just hits him whenever he falls. And then you can also cancel it, so you can get some more mobility. Although, it hasn't really changed that much. maybe a bit less landing lag as well. But yeah, you can see, like, I was holding shield. I started holding shield as soon as DDD was up in the air. So, massive amount of landing lag there. Whereas if you cancel it, it has a lot less. And then you can also cancel it into a fast fall and then be able to land faster than if you just were to up special. But you can use it to predict recoveries like that. I messed up there. But you can do something... Oops. That's actually not Falcon off stage this time. But you can do something like that, and then try to hit Falcon while it's falling down. Because it will spike opponents off stage as well. Although that's a little bit harder to do. And I keep holding back because I feel like I'm not going to hit it, but every time that I keep holding back, I am going to hit it. But yeah, like, if Falcon wouldn't have grabbed the ledge whenever he did, or if he would have grabbed the ledge, like, about 3 frames later, then I probably would have been able to 2-frame and spike him. But yeah, you can grab the ledge if you're falling. It's just a little bit harder to do. And, like, that was a really bad angle for me. It wasn't a neutral. Up special. But yeah, it's very hard to hit the spike hit, as you can see, so it's not really a worthwhile thing to go for. You can set up for it with, like, Gordos and stuff like that. Although it's very difficult to do. Yeah, you can do something like this. Although, I just need to be a bit faster. Okay, a bit slower. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, it will spike. I was just trying to hit the spike hit to show that it does spike. But it's a very hard spike hit. It's very similar to something like Bowser's down special, where if you miss it, then you will probably die. So it's not very worthwhile thing to go for. And it doesn't break shields instantly, like Bowser's does. So, like if my opponent's shielding here, it's going to break his shield because he was shielding whenever I started it. But as you can see, if he shields whenever DDD is actually falling rather than whenever I hit up special, then his shield's perfectly fine. Or not perfectly fine, but it's about half health. But yeah, if you shield on startup, then it obviously will break the shields because the shields have been, like, you've been doing this for a while, so then whenever it hits, then your shield's already at a percent to where it's going to be destroyed instantly. Yeah, as far as throws go, down throw is probably your main combo throw, although up throw can also combo into up air at lower percent, so that's definitely an option that you have. And then you can also use like up tilt to convert an up air. But down throw to fair is a pretty like solid option for DDD. I thought it was a chain throw, like a chain grab for a long time. But I mean, maybe, like if you fast fall here and then you do that, you can maybe get a chain grab going at lower percents, but at higher percent it sends too far out to be able to continue chaining it. So I guess it can just be used to cover options, like, but your opponent has enough hit stun there to be able to get out of the combo if they jump. But yeah, forward throw and back throw do kill, although back throw kills is a little bit easier, I believe. Like, let's try 150% just to test it out. As DDD kills very late with its throws. You can see back throw not really getting that close, whereas with forward throw. Yeah, I'd say they're about the same in terms of kills, but DDD really doesn't have a kill throw. Like, his throws will kill at higher percents, obviously, but that's just because your opponent's at like 300%. But yeah, 160 with a pummel, and then it killed with back throw, so I guess back throw is probably your main kill throw. But, okay, as you can see, up throw is not going to kill. It will kill on battlefield, but that's pretty much it. And then down throw, also not going to kill except on battlefield as well, at this percent. As they both send upwards. But yeah, I guess now I can show some gameplay as King DDD, so very slow character. You probably just want to use Gordos, although I got a Falcon Kick read there, so that was pretty good. Tried to use a Gordo and then pressure his shield on, and then like maybe stick him in shield stun so that way I get a dash attack, but he has speed there, so not that great of a show from Falcon. I'm gonna try to up B here to try and mix up how I'm getting out of combos, but DDD is pretty much just combo food. Like, you will be comboed 9 times out of 10 with DDD. The only reason that he missed that down smash there was because my jab sent me forward a bit. But yeah, there's pretty much nothing I can do to Falcon here. Like, when I'm in the air as DDD, that's probably his main weakness, is being in the air. But you can just jab him in the corner like that, and then he's pressured. But when DDD is in the air, basically is what I'm trying to say, he dies, but whenever he's on the ground, his ground game is decent enough to keep him out of the air for a while. But yeah, I hit B like 3 times there and nothing happened, so that was weird. But yeah, now I'm in the air because I jumped, and that was a really bad decision by me. So I'm going to try to land with up B again. As it seems to be working. But yeah, grab. But yeah, you can also use Gordo just to snipe people, although I missed it there. Off stage. I'm trying to edge guard with Gordo more than jumping in the air because I don't want to risk getting edge guarded, or like reverse edge guarded by Falcon. Man, I'm going to use up tilt to kill there as it's pretty safe. It's very fast. Yeah, gonna recover a bit low. You have multiple jumps, so I'd recommend using all of them to recover his DDD, as they definitely benefit him more than hurt him. But yeah, if you recover high like this, then you risk being like up smashed or Falcon dive, knee, pretty much anything can happen to DDD in the air, as he has very little defense in the air. Whereas on the ground, he has a lot of range from his hammer, and a lot of his moves cover a pretty massive distance. Gonna recover a bit high there. If you recover high enough, then you're fine, but if you recover a bit too low, then you risk being punished. I mean, like a bit too low on your high recovery, then you risk being punished. But if you recover low most of the time, you won't be punished, because you can recover very low and you can, like, still underneath the stage. Yeah, I went for a dash check there, it was pretty risky. I was just trying to get a pretty early kill. And then I went for a forward smash, which was also risky. But as you can see, with DDD's weight, you're able to stay alive to 200 a lot. If you're hit by a smash attack or like an up smash though, and you don't die, then most of the time you're in the air, so it could lead to an edge guard or some sort of kill. But yeah, I'm using slow Gordos to just try to make my opponent try to shield them. I don't know why he's shielding them rather than hitting them back, as all of Falcon's moves will knock Gordos away back to Falcon, except, you know, up special because you try to grab the Gordos and that doesn't really work. But I'm going to lose a stock there, so Falcon's on his final stock though, so I'm still in advantage. Yeah, try to catch his Falcon kick there. I was trying to get an up air, but he was kind of fast falling. I'm going to do a nair out of shield. Yeah, that was pretty risky for me. But as you see, I went for my down air, but Falcon's down air is just faster. So a lot of your moves are just going to be slower than your opponent, so you won't really be able to do much. But if you can trap with Gordos, like I'm basically just spamming Gordos because they're probably the most important move that DDD has. But yeah, I'm going to reset this scenario here. But yeah, Falcon like dash attack there, so it beat out by Gordo. But yeah, they're probably the most important move DDD has because they allow him to get a lot of stage control. Because you don't really want to run into the Gordo because DDD can either combo out of it or it's just does like 15%, so it's going to do a pretty decent amount of damage. But yeah, Falcon could have got a very easy knee there, so that's why you don't want to recover high like I did there, but he wasn't shielded because he thought I was going to Gordo back. But yeah, predicted his Raptor boost. He likes the Raptor boost a lot. Just the CPU Falcons in general like the Raptor boost a lot to recover. I rarely use it to recover for that reason, because it's very punishable. And it also really doesn't cover that much distance. Like, your Falcon dive covers the same amount of... Or it actually covers more distance than Raptor boost, which I think should change, actually. Like, if I had to rebalance Falcon, I would make him faster on the ground. I would make his up special cover more vertical distances, but less horizontal, and then his Raptor boost be the horizontal recovery option. But yeah, as you can see, you can still get edge guarded for recovering low, especially by a character like Captain Falcon, who, you know, is known for down airing people, and he's got slide special as well. Both of those are pretty good options, but... But yeah, you can only have one Gordo on the stage, so that's kind of a problem for Dedede. At least it's not like he's throwing his minions like he did in Brawl. You just have Gordos, which is the best option for Dedede to throw. And then if you absorb the Gordos, they will do a bit more knockback and be a bit faster as well. Although, they don't bounce as much. So, it's kind of bad, actually, to absorb Gordos in certain scenarios. But sometimes your Gordos can multi-hit, and then I got really lucky with that Gordo there because it stuck to ledge. But yeah, sometimes your Gordos just hit multiple times. Like, I've seen a Gordo hit Dedede 4 times, and then, like, what happened was it was a level 9 CPU battle on one of my CPU tournaments, and it was a Luigi versus King Dedede. And, like, the Luigi kept jabbing Dedede into the Gordo, and the Gordo was also hitting Dedede multiple times. So, Dedede took about 100% from his own Gordo. But yeah, I'm pretty much dead here. There's not much I can do because I already used my jumps. Tried to break his shield there, but I knew he was going to parry, because he just kept shielding and unshielding. But yeah, I'm on my final stock, I think. But Falcon's, what, 94%? Because I believe he got hit by the hammer there. If you get hit by the hammer from the Gordo, it does damage. But yeah, I'm going to do a fast Gordo. Another fast Gordo. Try and punish his options quickly, rather than trying to only punish rules. I can try to cover rules myself with Dedede. But yeah, not much you could do there. Like, he hit me off stage. I could have air dodged potentially, but even that was risky. But yeah, that stuck to ledge, so that's good. I should have charged forward smash rather than just sit still, but... Or not forward smash, but jet hammer. But yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing twice. Which you want to mix up your landing options with Dedede. I'm just doing the same thing because it seems to be working on this Falcon. But it will eventually stop working. If you're playing an actual opponent rather than a CPU. I didn't mean to do that, I was trying to side special. I don't know why I keep misinputting side special with up special, but that's happened a lot today. I'm gonna do another slow Gordo. Another one. I wanted to do another one there in case he Raptor boosted, because if he would have Raptor boosted and I did a fast one, it would have been low enough to be able to hit me. Kind of like that one was there. I tried to hit him with forward tilt, but his up smash was just faster. Or I think we like traded, because I seem to do damage to him as well. But I hit him with the up special there. I barely hit him with that though, and it was pretty risky. Had the read. Okay, but that's fine. But this Falcon's playing very defensively, so I'm just covering. Like, I'm pretty much just staying still, because that's kind of what you have to do as Dedede. You don't really move that much as you're too slow to be able to move. But once your opponent's off stage, that's when I would recommend to start moving around a lot. Or like trying to cover their options. But yeah, in neutral, you kind of just want to stay as still as possible. And like on the ground. You don't want to be able to be off stage, so try to just stay center stage for as long as you can, pretty much. Until you're in advantage, like I am right now. But yeah, I'm basically just doing the same thing to Falcon because he's not stopping me from doing it. But yeah, I keep doing it upwards because it's slow enough to be able to, like, force him to shield. Because if I was doing the fast one, it'd already be off stage, so then he wouldn't have to shield, he could just approach me. And my forward tilt would be less effective. Yeah, he recovered pretty low there. I thought he was going to recover mid. But yeah, there we go. Got a read. So, yeah, as you can see, Dedede is a very strong character if you learn him, but he's a very difficult character to play. You won't really do that well with Dedede, or at least, like, in competitive Smash, I would say Dedede is a very hard character to be able to get top results with. Like, Dedede is probably not going to win any majors but he is a very strong character in, like, just his ability to be able to cover a lot of options. But the main drawback of that is that people can just, like, if you get red and Dedede gets knocked into the air, then a lot of people can juggle him, combo him, or just kill him straight up from, like, 0%. Like, Falcon can just up smash me and then up air, and it'd be, like, over here, with Dedede at 0, and then Dedede's off stage, and then you can try to cover his recovery options, because his recovery is very predictable, not only because he can only just up B to recover, but because he's slow enough to where you can probably tell if he's underneath the stage, he's going to recover low. If he's above the stage, he's probably going to recover high, and then if he's just at mid, that's a little bit harder to predict, but it's still pretty easy to tell what he's trying to go for. But yeah, a character like Captain Falcon, it's probably the best character to edgeguard Dedede is Captain Falcon. Between him and then maybe like Peach Daisy, pretty much any character with somewhat level of edgeguarding will be good against Dedede. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this guy, as I covered taunts towards the beginning. But yeah, he's a very fun character to play, it's just not that rewarding to play as him. Except maybe online, because online heavy characters seem to do a little bit better than lighter characters. But yeah, tomorrow's character is going to be Olimar. I think I'm going to play some Hollow Knight in a few minutes, so I'll probably set up that stream. So, yeah, that should be fun. And then, tomorrow's character is Olimar, then we have Lucario, Rob, Toon Link, and Wolf. And these are the final Brawl characters. So, after, you know, whenever it's Wolf Day after him, then we'll be moving on to Smash 4, and that means we just have 2 more games to do. Or at least to cover. So then I can make a tier list and also just go back to making regular Smash stuff. Won't be having doing this. But, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to set up that stream, and I guess I hope to see everyone in the next one.